This video will give a brief summary as how to access and use the CASET software. First and foremost, reread the CASET resources page in Canvas. Next, decide whether or not you will use the computers in the Science and Math building, room 119, or download the software onto your own device. Be mindful that if you download the software onto your own device, that Professor May will not be able to troubleshoot any technical problems that you may encounter. The CASET program simulates a variety of lab techniques to analyze DNA and proteins. This will allow us to introduce lab techniques that you might encounter in your future career, even though we do not have a lab component to this course. Before starting your assigned case, visit the casetproject.org tutorials page. Then, watch the related tutorials before attempting to collect your data. Like many other software programs, the order that the steps are taken in will determine the data output. So a mistake in data may give you false or incorrect data. While watching the tutorials, I recommend that you take notes so that you will have a list of ordered steps to follow while running your case. Read through the background information, then the specific details for your case. Look through the case questions too, as you will address most or all of them in your video presentation. When you're ready to run the case, open the CASET program. Select the Click Here to Begin button, then the Click to Continue. You should notice that 4 windows are open. An opened and processed window, the main CASET, a sequence analysis, and a help window. I recommend that you keep all 4 windows open and visible while running in the program. Once you begin, if you feel that you have skipped a step or made a mistake, you can always start over. Once you get the hang of using the software, it shouldn't take you too long to repeat your experiment. However, there's a bit of a learning curve to become familiar with the program, and while we're taking 2 units to perform 1 case. Once in the program, there are links to tutorials and cases. You will need to select your case-specific files using the links in the main menu. I would also like to point out the help files in the CASET download folder. These files contain more specific, stepwise instructions for different techniques. Lastly, don't forget to use your textbook as a resource. You can look up topics such as PCR, Southern Blot, and quantitative PCR. If you have any questions, you can contact me by email or phone.